Christmas break is by far the best time in the world. All ideas are good ideas during Christmas break, and you don't remember that you have any sort of responsibilities.
Good morning. Everyone's still asleep, so I need to whisper yell. I could talk super quietly, but that just makes everything awkward for everyone. Today, we're doing a crochet challenge. Maybe I'll go downstairs and see if that works better.
Okay, good morning part 2. Okay, here's the reason behind the crochet challenge. My sister just got a dog, and I just learned to crochet. So we made my sister's dog a dog coat out of this roll of string that my sister gave me. And I had so much left extra, so I made my sister a matching hat. And then, because I still had some left extra, I made my brother-in-law a matching hat, so they could be a matching family. But today is the day that I go and give them these items, and I thought, how awesome would it be if I had a matching hat too, so we could all be a family. Here's the rules. 6 in the morning right now. At 11, I need to leave to go to their house. So this hat needs to be done by 11. That gives us 5 hours. I've estimated that it takes me about 4 hours to make a hat. Here are the obstacles. 1, at some point I will need to get ready and get dressed and do normal things. I estimate that only taking about 30 to 45 minutes. I will need to give up an hour to 45 minutes to go to mass. On top of all that, I need to do an adult thing and pay a bill. A single bill by mail. So we have a full challenge on our hands. Why waste any time? Let's get started. Okay, I feel like the trick to doing anything fast is to never make any mistakes. And I've already messed up 3 times. Oh gosh, the lady in the video always makes things seem so much easier. If I fail before 11, I will need to unravel my entire hat. This is your first time. This is the kind of intensity you can expect from this channel. I forgot the next pattern. Okay, actually, to make this more challenging, I am going to do it all from memory, even if I totally mess up. And then this will be Guinness Book of World Records challenge. Okay, it's time for break number 1. I'm gonna go get ready for the day, at least part way. Oh my gosh, it's so snowy. It's completely ice. Okay, it's 8:30, mass is done, and I'm basically ready. So we still have a pretty good couple hours. I feel like I got cocky though. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. I really think that crocheting is just like vlogging, because if you really think about it, it's kind of a meaningless task, because you know you could just buy it at the store, but you also appreciate the amount of time that goes into it, and it's something to do, so it's fun. But you always notice Like every tiny little mistake that you make and you're like, I should just start over or quit or never do it again. But at the same time you're like, but let's see what it looks like in the end. Maybe no one will ever notice. And people just seem to appreciate the fact that you're doing something. At the same time, it's like an embarrassing thing to talk about or show because then you don't know how people are going to react. And then though, you're like, why do I even care what people think? And then I'm like, that's insane. I always care what people think. That's like really the only thing I care about, which is so stupid. I should work on that. So I've always been a huge Marvel fan, but recently I've been watching quite a few DC movies, and one movie that I think is really underrated is Shazam. I actually think that movie is incredible. Like, one of the best movies I think I've ever seen. It kind of gives you like a Spider-Man vibe, which is maybe why I like it, because I really do like Spider-Man a lot. But I just think like the storyline of Shazam is just really enjoyable, and it's really funny. But one of my favorite parts is just the parallel between like the villain and the hero, because they both had like weird like family relations growing up. And I think it just really shows like the importance of good relationships, because the villain grew up in like a seemingly well-off, like kind of perfect family, but the relationships in the family were so bad that it like drove him to madness. But he was born into like a good home. Like, you would do all the math and the data and be like, this kid will probably have like a decent life, you know, growing up. And then the other kid, his mom was like a teen mom who chose life and to have her son, but her relationships were horrible, and her like dad kicked her out, and sorry, spoiler, like the father left her, and like her relationships were just so bad. So then the kid became like a foster, and like he seemingly like with all the data would have like a horrible life. And in the beginning, like his relationships were horrible, but through like good relationships, people who like really tried to push him and help him, like things ended up really working out for him. And I know that's not always the case, but like really the best thing that helped him were his relationships. Like that's all that happened. And I don't know, I feel like the best way to like solve a lot of problems is just having good relationships. But again, who am I to talk? Because I'm literally talking to myself right now to a camera in my room. Like, if anyone tells me anything good or bad, I get like incredibly defensive, and I would rather just not talk to anyone. But you just realize, like, I feel like that's the one thing that we're made for, is to be with each other. That's like the one thing that I can like pretty well attest to, that like we need to have each other and relationships. But it's like also the worst and hardest thing ever. I'm literally making this hat so I can take a picture with a dog. Like, not another human. I want to take a picture with the dog. I'm horrible at relationships. Just like in any insane, crazy action movie you've ever watched, there are some obstacles coming our way right now. New update, I get to go see my grandma before I go see my sister this morning, which is awesome because I hadn't seen my grandma for Christmas. We're gonna visit, but that means I'm leaving 40 minutes early, and I am not in a good state to finish this hat. So, change in rules. If I finish this hat before I have to leave to see my grandma, in order to make myself feel better about realizing that I'm horrible with relationships, I'm going to give this hat to my grandma instead of use it to take a picture with a dog. And if that is the case, well, I'm eliminating the hardest rule of all, the hardest obstacle, and that is paying my bill. I'm going to put that off if I can finish this hat. I think I got it. In the perfect world, I would make it a little longer or like fold it up or something, but I think actually this is pretty good. But that got really intense. I was actually sweating. I had to change my shirt. I was literally speed crocheting. Okay, high key, that was a stressful endeavor. I didn't expect speed crocheting to be like actually like physically altering. I was stressed out. But successes of the day, the hat was finished. I couldn't be happier. It looked pretty good. I was happy. My grandma was happy. We did not get the picture with the dog. Well, actually, I got a picture with the dog, but I did not have a matching hat. But that's okay. Maybe another day. There's still string left, so possibilities are endless. Other successes, there were no knots in the string, praise God, because that would actually make me kind of sad. Also, when I was going to see my sister, I got stuck in the snow. Like, I was trying to park in the snow, which is just a bad idea. And I have 4-wheel drive, but I didn't know how to use it, and I didn't even think to use it because I was flustered. But I was stuck in the middle of the street, basically, and this guy came up, and he was like, ma'am, are you stuck? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, well, let me help you. And I was like, what? Like, I would probably never do that because I would be nervous and I don't like talking to people, as hence I like talking to myself. But he actually, like, got in front of my car, like, pushed my car out of the snow, and then he left. And I was like, I don't know anything about you. But he was so helpful. So well done, random guy. If I ever see you again, or if you watch this, thank you, and thanks for watching also. Moral of the story, Shazam, good movie. Crochet challenge, stressful, but maybe I'll do it again one day. And just like learning about people is so good. Okay, peace.